my peaches, I'm Eleanor and I'm getting ready to pull your 2020 year ahead tarot forecast. I'll be using Spirit Within Tarot by Stephen Bright. I'm going to pull 12 cards, one for each month. And then when I do your monthlies, I'm going to pull more cards and we can unpack the themes that come out with each card for each month. Each video is going to be labeled by zodiac sign, and it's also going to have a title so you'll know if it might be for you. If it doesn't resonate, that's okay because I'm reading for a lot of people and I do offer personal readings. My information will be in the description box below. Hit me up. I would love to see what's going on and help you out. Also, this reading may not necessarily resonate with your sun sign, so I recommend looking up all of your sign placements, because if you're more interested in a love reading, you might want to know where your sign is and your Venus sign is, or if you're wanting to know more about sex or your passion project, you'll want to know where your Mars is placed. Deeply personal, emotional things will be your moon. How other people are perceiving you, that'll be your rising. So if you get a full chart, you'll be able to get more out of my readings and find out which video is going to be the best one for you to watch and be most relevant to you. Also, this is my first video series ever, so I have a lot of wrinkles to work out, but bear with me. I know you just want to get to the messages, right? So let's get to it. Hey Pisces, it is time to find out what 2020 is going to look like for you. Let's find out what 12 themes month by month you're going to be facing in 2020. These will just be a general overview of what kind of energy you'll be looking at in the month. And then when it comes time, I'll do a monthly reading where I'll pull some more clarification cards and find out on a week-by-week basis how these overall general ideas are going to play out and how you can most easily make use of them and move forward positively and easily, smoothly through them. So Pisces, January, we're starting off in a collaborative effort. So Pisces, it looks like you're starting to form kind of your crack team. It looks like you're building something and you're determining who are the people that you're going to work best with to achieve some kind of goal. You're going to be realizing where you fit in a group effort of some kind. And figuring out how to honor everyone's best abilities and how to pull your weight and how to choose people that are in alignment with you and are going to work well. You're going to be building something in January, Pisces. So let's see where we're moving to in February. February for Pisces. Six of Wands. It looks like you guys are doing a good job, you and your teammates, because in February you're being recognized for something. In February you're having some kind of small win that this is going to be a group effort. This isn't going to be you on the top. This is going to be you and your team getting some kind of recognition and probably being called on again for more. People are going to want more of whatever it is you guys are doing and accomplishing. So good for you, Pisces, in February. Let's see what March has for Pisces. Pisces in March. Three of Wands. So this looks like okay, so you've had some success with your team. And this is going to be even further confirmation that you're on the right path, that you've chosen the right people. So I'm feeling more as this starts to play out, Pisces, that the people that you're choosing and that you're teaming up with in January are going to be in it with you for the long haul, that you're choosing more than just the right people to achieve one thing, that you're choosing people that are going to go through with you this whole year and be part of your greater journey. I think that this is a permanent, long-term team. So you're going to be very discerning and choosing the best people to be on your side. Because in March, it's going to start to, you're seeing confirmation that those are the right people and that you're on the right path with them and that you're making the right choices. And this is going to be kind of like that keep going type energy. Like, okay, we've got something, we've got the good recipe, we're getting recognized. Let's just keep it up. Let's not change anything. We're starting to see results. We're starting to get the recognition, and now we're starting to hit our stride. You're hitting your stride with your team. You and your team are hitting your stride, Pisces, in March. So Pisces in April, the Two of Wands. So I'm feeling like you guys have been moving on a certain trajectory, and then here in April, you're getting a brand new opportunity to do something totally, completely different. So there may be a way that, because of the success, in maybe a conventional way or a small way, in a mundane way, that you together this is the only one, Pisces, the only reading where I've had you kind of more on a team than moving through life individually on your own solo mission. Because I feel this year with this Three of Pentacles in your January, that kind of feels like it set the tone that if you can remember anything this year, Pisces, it's that you're not doing it alone. And you're not alone here as you blaze this new path. So I feel like in April, with the success, with seeing some results, that you're feeling emboldened to take a brand new direction that hasn't been done before. So there may be a certain already trodden path that you've been on, and now you get to choose a brand new one that you're fired up and ignited and jazzed and empowered with what you've been successful so far. And now it's time to take that like a fireball and blast through somewhere that you and these guys you're with have never been, and to create something that no one's ever seen. And there's not going to be a roadmap for it, so but it's all right. You've got people looking out for you, I'm seeing. So Pisces in May, the moon. The thing about uncharted territory is there's going to be, so with the Two of Wands, I think of it as an uncut path, and you're macheting through it, and you're going to have to create a path where there hasn't been. And in that, there are a lot of unknowns and a lot of shadows and a lot of bushes where there may be some hidden motives and some things that you're not aware of in the shadows. And this doesn't mean external things that are leaping out to get you, but maybe this refers to parts of yourself that you have not integrated or become aware of. So there's going to be, in May, Pisces, things informing your actions and your choices and your feelings that you're not going to understand because you haven't quite dove in to your shadow side, to the unneed mets of your inner child, so to speak. So there's going to be a need here to find out what needs you're trying to get met, what kind of subconscious drives are creating you to take the actions that you're taking and making the choices that you make. So this involves shadow work, dream interpretation, finding out what is driving you beneath the surface and behind the scenes. And that is work as a good teammate you're going to need to do. And there's a taking of responsibility in this card, where all of a sudden you realize that other people aren't the reason that you do what you do, and other people aren't responsible for your feelings and reactions and your choices, and that you are. And that to be the most empowered you can, to operate the most responsibly, you're going to have to do this work and find out, get the schematics for your being and figure that out so you can operate it effectively. June is the Ten of Pentacles. Pisces, in June, there's going to be, your mind's going to be on your legacy. Your mind's going to be on this new path that you've been blazing. It's going to, more about what you're creating. So where you've been just going for the sake of discovery and going where no man's gone before, thank you, Star Trek, this is going to be less about the journey and more about the destination. What is it that I want this to look like? What am I creating? What's the intention I want to set? Who do I want to benefit from my efforts? What do I want to be remembered for? What's this all about? They're going to be thinking more long term and less just about the adventure here, Pisces in June. So what does July look like for Pisces? Pisces, July. Give me July's energy and theme for Pisces, please. My goodness, okay. All right. Pisces, in July, this feels very soothing and calming. There's going to be a moving past some conflict into a way of operating mentally that feels smoother to you. Here in July, you may be feeling less like putting up a fight, less like arguing, less like standing your ground, and wanting to let's just get moving again. Let's move on. How do we get going towards this thing that we're wanting to create in June? So in June, you started to think long term, and you may be realizing that the way you've been operating so far is going to slow you down, and it's going to create a lot of conflict, and it's not going to facilitate you. It's not going to facilitate this thing that you want to build. And in order to get moving again, you're going to need to find a channel that has less white water, as it were. Okay? So we'll pull some cards in July, Pisces, and find out how we can do that. In August, Pisces, it looks like you're going to be very super successful. This is going to culminate something. So maybe this thing that you started here with your team at the beginning of the year is going to come to fruition and its final completion here in a big sense in August. Pisces, this isn't just going to be, though, a group project. This isn't going to be your money on your mind. This is going to be something, it's going to be the success that is from the process that you start here in the moon energy, where you've gone within and you're going to bring a close to something. Something that is open and gaping and crying out for attention here is going to be healed and closed up, never to return again. It's the third movie in the trilogy, I guess, I want to say, for August, where this thing that keeps popping up and keep causing trouble for you is going to be done. And you're going to be successful over it. And it's going to be a huge and giant, significant win for you, Pisces, in August. So let's see what September has for Pisces. Pisces, September. Queen of Swords. So after this huge win, it's going to be showing you very much in your power mentally. So you're going to be able to communicate and listen. This is going to be the energy of the best listener. This may be how you're feeling, Pisces, in September, or it may be the challenges that you face in September are going to require you to access the side of your psyche, which is going to be your most logical, your most well thought out, your most rational, your most ability to choose your words while not speak from here, not let these animals deep inside you just howl, but to channel that and translate that into human so that you can get your point across, and so that communication is a means to an end, and so that you realize that end with your communications. Okay, Pisces, what's going on in October? Pisces, October. Okay, Five of Swords, Pisces. So there's going to be the need to choose your battles in October, Pisces. I feel like this maybe embolden you to speak up where you don't necessarily need to, or to engage where you don't necessarily need to, or to feel because you've been successful that you're going to always be right, or maybe you are always right, but at what cost? So is there this world, this culmination and this feeling in your mental power so much is going to make you feel a little bit on the top of the world, and a little bit like you've got something to show everybody else, and that you've been there, and that people can learn from you, and it's going to, there's the potential to get a big head about it, and the need to stand up for it, and the need to go to bat over it. And you may find that moving through this month will be easier if you can let people just be themselves and not try to win every battle, that not everything has to be won, but that if you're in your power, you don't have to be recognized for being right, because you know you're right. All right, Pisces. So for November, we have the Fool. And so it does look like you succeed in kind of stepping out of that conflict and not engaging where you don't have to. And that frees up your energy and gets you excited for something brand new, because there's, I think, a freedom that you may not realize, that you feel like if you have, that's only in going to bat and fighting and winning that you gain the freedom and the power to do whatever you want. But it's more that power comes from not having to engage, from within yourself, and from being in your power, that you can do your own thing while the rest of the world fights it out, and that you don't have to be part of it, and that you can strike out without all that baggage, without realizing sometimes that engaging doesn't change anyone's minds. It doesn't get anyone anywhere. All it does is harsh your groove and bring you down and keep you stuck. And so I feel like this is you realizing that you don't have to fight. And it's feels like such a weight off. It feels like such a giant release. And you're like, I don't have to sit here and do this. I can go on my own journey and discover all kinds of brand new things when I'm not playing these people's reindeer games. All right, Pisces, let's see what December has. The Five of Cups in December, Pisces, is going to show a need to reground yourself in gratitude. It's going to show you being focused on, with this being a little bit throwing caution to the wind, there's risk of losing something, or by losing something in this sense, it's going to be a little bit of a loss emotionally. Having a little bit of hurt come your way. And that if you remain stuck here in December, focusing on that loss, it's going to eat you up. And it's going to be not the best end to the year. And if you can align your focus with what remains and what is left, that sets you up to start building something brand new in 2021. So in December, there's going to be a need to reassess what's left, because that is going to be your ace for January 2021. And we'll look into that and dive in and see more clearly what that is and how to help direct your focus towards that, so you can rebuild and not get stuck there in that energy in December. And I am all in to help you out, Pisces. Thanks.